Yeah. So what we will do is we will actually study the. I think even I was actually preparing the material for the strategies using equity derivatives for this class. Interestingly, I think that's what we have to study anyways. Okay. So primarily, let me quickly open my PPT. You're able to see this, right? So, what this chapter is a little bit of a lengthy chapter here. Okay, this is where I think we have to study straddle, strangle, collar, butterfly spread, arbitrage. How do you interpret open interest, put call ratio, and all that stuff. Okay, so don't worry, we will slowly build on to that portion. But the first part, what we will try to do is we have learned futures, we have learned options, right? And just to summarize, what happens in the futures, in the futures, when you take a long position or a short position, you have an unlimited, on both sides, right? Either an unlimited profit or an unlimited loss. Whereas in the case of the options, what is going to happen? We have seen multiple instances with the buyer and multiple scenarios with the buyer and multiple scenarios with the seller. Where the profit is equal to premium, and the loss is unlimited. We have already done that multiple times. Okay. So here today, what we will do is, now this is one part, right? What we have done is we have studied futures as a separate entity, options as a separate entity. Now what is the strategy? That is the most important part. Now this is more of an application. That is where, like, the SIP strategies comes into picture, what the fund managers are actually looking to do. Okay. So the first things first is, always remember, I think this is a very important question as well. The futures and options are actually used to hedge the risk. Okay, so this is for hedging your risk. What do I mean by that, right? So let's take a quick example here. Actually, I will maximize the screen. Okay. So primarily, I will put it in the Word doc as well. So let's do this quick example here, right? So for example, like, you wanted to buy a particular stock. Okay. So for example, like, Reliances of the world. Um, Let me quickly just give me a second. Let me actually open my broker, so that it is easy for you, for us to understand. Just give me a second, guys. Sorry. Okay. We will go back to our the Reliance example itself, right? So let me show you that. And sorry. I'll keep talking. So, for example, like, if I wanted to purchase, the Reliance as a stock, okay, and I wanted to purchase, so 500, quantity of Reliance, right? Positions. Okay, so let's actually look here. I will add. Okay, I will add here. So I will add two positions here, right? Reliance, what is this? Reliance as a stock here, and then what I will do is Reliance as a Jola futures here. Okay. Now, for example, like, understand this situation here. I feel that Reliance as a stock, someone has to put themselves on mute. Thanks. Uh, Reliance as a stock, for example, what is the spot price today for me? Spot price for me today is at 1295. If I feel that Reliance as a stock will actually go to, I wanted to bet that Reliance as a stock will go to 1350, and I wanted to buy that stock. Okay. So for example, I wanted to buy quantity of 500. Okay. Now let's see how much do we have to pay for the quantity of 500. What did we say here before? The quantity of 500, if I have to take, not delivery, how much do I require? I actually require 6 lakh.
6 lakhs.
Now, 1 second. Someone please kindly put yourself on mute. Thanks. So what do I need here? I might need, not I might, I actually need 6,45,555 rupees. Okay, that is the amount that I have to pay to purchase 500 quantity of Reliance. Now the tricky part is, I don't have that capital. Okay. So for example, I'm anticipating, some sort of money that will be coming, might be next month for me, might be something like 8 lakhs into my account or 9 lakhs into my account. And I wanted to purchase, but I feel that, the stock, the Reliance as a stock will go up, right? So I don't have the money to do this, but I'm ready to actually, I know that there will be money that will be coming for me next month, and I will buy that next month, in the month of, say, in the month of August. Okay. So I don't want to lose the opportunity of not participating in the Reliance, right? So what will I do in that instance, right? What will I do? Instead of paying 6,55,000, I will actually go and buy the same 500 quantity of the Reliance, the futures option here, right? In the case of the futures, how much do I have to pay? I need not pay 6,55,000 for the same quantity of 500, which is my one lot. I'm only paying 1,15,000 0 month. Got it, guys? Everyone clear on this? Now let me quickly open my Word and we will see couple of scenarios what is going to happen. Everyone clear until here? I want to purchase 500 quantity of
Yes.
Reliance, but I don't have the money today. I have the money coming in the near future, which is next month, right? So let me do here. Reliance 500 quantity. What is the price I have to pay? Say 6,55,000, right? I don't have the money here, and we will also put the spot price here, right? What is it doing? So I will also put the spot price of Reliance. What is the spot price of Reliance? 1295 today, right? Right. 1295. We will see two scenarios here. That's why I'm putting these numbers here. Increase this. I think hopefully you can see this. Okay, 1295. Instead, what I will do, I don't have the money here. I will actually buy the future of Reliance. Future contract of Reliance. Let me use the word contract. Future contract of Reliance for same 500 quantity, which is my one lot. I'm actually paying 1,15,000. Got it, guys? Okay. Now, what are the two scenarios that can happen here? What are the two scenarios that can happen here?
Either it can go up or go down.
Perfect. Bingo. Right? We will work on those two scenarios, here, right? So let's say, the price will go up here. Okay. When the price, throw me a price. Throw me a price of how much it can go.
1350.
1350. Very good. Right? So, say for example, the price of the Reliance has gone up to 1350 here. Okay. In this case, I'm inclined to purchase the Reliance, right? I'm willing to purchase the Reliance. Okay. Today, I'm actually paying 6,55,000, for my 500 Reliance quantity. So what will be my price, in the month of, August for 500 quantity if I have to purchase?
1350 into 500.
Right? 6,75,000. Agree, guys? That's it. Yeah. 6,75,000. Okay. Now, what is going to happen, for the future contract of Reliance? Let's actually do little bit of plus or minus. But what did we say? There is always a difference between the spot price and the future price, right? So it doesn't always go linear. When does the spot price and future price becomes equal? We studied this.
Settlement time.
Towards expiry.
On the
Towards
expiration.
expiry.
Yeah, on the expiration day, right? Now here, what is happening here? 1295. Say for example, there is 3 points difference here, right? Now, what did we say? The target price, so the price might have gone to 1350. Now, so I have purchased 500, 1500 quantity, right? Now let's do this one here. So for example, if it has gone from 1297 to 1298, right? 1300, or literally say 1300. So 1300 to 1350, right? So imagine if I am having, in 50 points gain, I'm just taking, like, squaring it off, there could be plus or minus there, don't go, completely ditto types, right? So imagine, like, there is a 50-point jump in the contract price as well, similar to the spot price, rise that has happened, right? What is the, profit that I am making on this particular future contract?
500 into 50.
Right? 25,000. Right? Now, why is this important? Now let's understand this, this fact here, right? So how much do I have to pay if I have to pay, I'm more interested in Reliance, I'm very bullish on Reliance. Okay. So as of July, I have to pay 6,55,000 at this price of 1295, right? Now I don't have the money. What did I say? I will have the money only next month, because whatever the adjustments, settlements, etc. and all, like, the money will be there only for me on the next month to buy the spot price of Reliance. Okay. But I'm anticipating the, like, the price can go up. That is why what I have done is, I have taken the futures long position of Reliance. Okay. And in the month of August, when it has gone up, since I have the money, I'm actually buying the Reliance at 6,75,000. But is it like, 6,75,000 I am paying here? Not exactly,
No.
right? Why? Actually, I made 25,000 here as a profit, right? So ideally, what is actually the money that I'm paying here in the month of August?
2.5.
Got it, guys? 6,50,000. Everyone clear on this? Okay. What I'm trying to show here is, even though I don't have the money here today, to buy Reliance, and I went and bought Reliance in the month of August at a higher price, but I was able to get almost at the similar price because I actually hedged my risk. What did I do? The hedging risk is, I actually bought the futures options of that particular stock so that I was able to make money here, and that money is sort of, you could say, compensated, was used to actually get Reliance for me at this same level of price that is available in July. Everyone clear on this? I will take a quick pause here. You are able to understand how this is played. We will see the short
Yes.
part as well, but you got it, right? Everyone clear on this?
Yes.
Good?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Now let's see the second scenario, right? What is the second scenario? The second scenario is the price is
Having
going down, right? Okay. Now throw me a price.
1250.
1250. Nice. 1250 is the price, that it has gone up, right? Now I am purchasing 500 times 1250. How much is that? I think 6,25,000, right? Let's do the math. I hope my math is okay. Yes. Okay. Not bad. 6,25,000, right? Sorry. Here. Okay. So what am I doing here? I am actually paying, I have to pay only 6,25,000 to purchase, my Reliance. But my July month is, I have to put in 6,55,000, but like I'm getting at a lesser price here, right? I'm buying it 6,25,000. But there is a negative thing here, right? What happened? My futures, the position that I have taken in my futures is long, but it did not go long. Instead, what happened? It actually went short, right? So what might have happened here? Again, 50 times 50 is how much? 25,000, right? So it's the same thing, right? We have done 1295. You said 1250. If you want to put in, like, you can put only 40 points loss here. Let's square it off to, let's get it to 20,000 as a loss. Everyone with me, guys? Okay. Now, to purchase Reliance in the month of August, what is my total price? What is my total price? What is my total price? It's actually 6,25,000 because the price of the Reliance has come down. But I have also incurred a loss there. What is my loss? 20,000. So my actual price is 6,45,000. Got it? Let me first zoom, this one a little bit here. Okay. So what is the price here? It is 6,45,000. When it went up, what is the price that I have paid in the month of August? 6,50,000, right? Now, what is the price that I have to pay in the month of July, when I don't have money here? 6,55,000. Is it like almost one and same?
In July also it is 6,45,000 only, sir.
Okay. Oh, okay. We did the calculation wrong, is it? Sorry, my bad. 125, sorry, 500 times 1295, right? Okay, it's actually 647, 400, whatever. Okay, thanks, sir. Okay, okay, okay. I think this is very close. Thanks, whoever has corrected that calculation. Okay, so what exactly has happened in this scenario? What exactly has happened in this scenario primarily? I want. Sorry. Go ahead, sir. Sir, go ahead.
Here, in July, when we thought of purchasing 500 quantity at 1295, instead we bought in August, but we took futures. So that profit or loss has been covered up, and then we've got at the same price. If it is a loss, we've got at the same price. If it's profit, again, still we got at the same price.
What is it called? That's actually called hedging.
Hedging.
Right?
Okay.
It's all hedging. Now you understood, right? We did a very simple thing. People talk about hedging, and hedging, but no one talks about how it is done, right? This is how it is done. Okay. So we will take one quick example of, imagine had I not hedged. Okay. Might be when the price has fallen down, I might have benefited. But in the case if the price have gone up, right? Say from 1295 to 1350, if I haven't hedged my if I haven't taken the future long contract, I would have paid 6,75,000, right? Ideally, how much additional I had to pay? I additionally I had to pay 25,000 rupees there. But instead, since I have hedged it, with my long futures contract, even if the price has either gone up or if the price has come down, I was able to procure, at the same price. Since now I have it's like basically I'm actually saving the money value in July to money value in August by doing the hedging there. Clear, guys? So this is a very important concept. It's not only for the exam, but also when you pass the exam and when you talk to your investors. If people ask, hey, what is the hedge? And if you take this example, and they'll be like, guys, please put yourself on mute. Arey yaar. Okay. Okay. Sorry, my bad, guys. Okay. So if you go and talk to your investors, and if you take this example, chalo, kitna check, should I write? So that is what they will be asking you, right? So everyone clear on the hedging part? Now, what is this? What are we doing here? We're actually hedging using the futures options. We will do one short also, for today's class. Tomorrow, what we will do is how to do hedging using index, is what we will, see, but we will go through the short example as well. Let me take a quick pause here, and any questions on this? I want you to be super clear.
Yes, this is very clear. What my understanding was that hedging means you're buying a future and then shorting it at the same time. That is also called hedging, right?
Yes, that is exactly what I told. See, this is what am I doing? I'm not doing against any position. Okay. I will teach, we will discuss that, and we will, go through the examples in detail. That okay, might be since you asked it.
Kiran,
Sir,
I
one
think
second, sir, 1 second, let me complete. 1 second, let me complete. Okay. So when you take, in this case, I'm not hedging, I'm hedging against only. See, there are multiple cases of hedging. This is a simple case of hedging that we are starting with, and we will actually add more and more complex, scenarios here. The one what you are saying is, for example, right, I have taken, the long position in Reliance. Okay, like for example, like now I have bought 500 quantity of Reliance. Okay, at 1295, I got 6,47,500. I have put it into the Reliance, right? Now, in that case, for example, if I feel, somehow I feel that might be Reliance will act little, iffy, and if what if the Reliance could fall? You're getting my point. I already have a position.
Yes.
Then I have to create a separate position to hedge against this particular position. Okay, there either I will actually sell the futures or I will actually use the index options. What is index options? You can actually use Nifty, Bank Nifty also. We will discuss those scenarios, but I want to start with a very simple example to understand what a hedge is, and then we will slowly start building it. Okay, Arun sir, go ahead now.
Thank you.
Sir, one question, sir. How is 500 into
Hedging
40?
is
How that
simply
40
that
came, sir?
Sir, one second,
premium.
sir. Sorry,
500 into 40. How this 40 has come? 500 into 40.
500 into 40.
Yeah.
40
No,
rupees.
no, that is instead of 1250, the price is 1240. That's what he meant.
No. 40 rupees. Okay, no. Sar's question is, I think I got his question. Okay. Sir, what did we purchase at 1295, right? The future when we have purchased at 1295, when the price has gone down, imagine now the price has come down to 1250, right? See, I have taken 40 as an example, but 1295 minus 1250 for you is 45 points loss, no, sir. So
Okay.
we have taken 40 points and 500 times 40 is the 20,000 as a loss. Got it, sir?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Sir, Arun, sir, you have a point to make. I think go ahead.
Actually, hedging is nothing but if you want to going to be taking a sum assurance in the insurance, we have to pay the premium. That is the hedging is that kind of simple concept. Simple.
Yeah. Good. Thanks. Okay. Now let's look into one short example here, right? Because in options and in this strategies, short is also very important, because I think we also have to learn about short. I don't know if I can make this statement, but I think I'll make this statement, right? I think if you have, I mean, like, I know most of your veterans, and if you have kids, who are in the finance industry or who want to get into finance industry, right? I think ask them to learn how to short. Okay. The reason being, I don't think India still has lot of professionals who can actually do professional shorting. It is because of varied reasons. It is because of liquidity. It is because of the difference between spot price and the futures price, etc., and all that. I don't think even lot of AMCs have the skill set, which some of the AMCs even have agreed, to with us, that they don't have.
Kiran,
Sir, please,
in the option.
when I speak, please let me speak. People don't, guys, when I pause, please, speak. Okay, please don't interrupt my flow. I keep telling and keep requesting you multiple times. Okay, going back, shorting is a very important skill which most of the fund managers even don't have as of today, right? In fact, like some of the funds, where the shorting is available up to 25%, they're only doing 3%, 4%, 5%. Okay, they're not even leveraging. No one has actually, even to date, no AMC has gone beyond 5% or 6% of the shorting thing. Okay, they are all still testing, etc. and all. Anyway, once you pass the exam, we will do all that sessions, how to discuss, etc. and all. We will do one shorting example. Before that, Arun sir, what was your point? Please go ahead. Thanks.
Yeah, the options, suppose we can go to the concept, should be understood that shorting is having a 66% of the probability, as well as the long, long the options is the going to 33% of the options. So that's why most of the people are going to be the selling is the very premier one, and it is going to be the profit oriented options.
Good, perfect. Thanks. Yeah. So in the case of, we will see how to hedge against shorting. Shorting matlab, what we will do. So for example, now I will take this hypothetical example, or we can actually go to the same Reliance example only, right? So let me put it this way, right? So for example, I have 500 quantity of a particular stock. which is available to me at something like 690 as a price. Okay, and so today is July, right? And in the month of August, I want to liquidate this, for my personal investments, etc., and all that stuff, right? So what am I trying to do? I'm actually trying to look to sell here, right? So again, let's understand what are the two scenarios that can happen here. Or let me go back, and I think we will take an example here, right? Rather than Reliance, throw me other name, guys. Anyone?
Axis Bank.
Nice. Axis Bank. We will do this, and we will do the futures. Perfect. Okay. Now, the Axis Bank, what is the spot price here? If you see, the spot price of Axis Bank is 1312, and the future price is 1314. Okay. Now, let's go back to this example here, right? So if I feel right, say for example, I'm holding say something like 500 stocks of Axis Bank from so long. Okay, my average price might be somewhere around 800, 900. Now I need investment that I need. Sorry, I need to cash it out. Might be next month. I don't want it immediately now, but I want to cash it out next month. Okay, so now let's also understand what are the potential scenarios that can happen. Okay, now what am I trying to do here? I'm actually trying to square off my position, for my and take off the money out of that position, right? 500 quantity. Now, so let's see what is happening here. Let's see what is happening here in the case of the delivery, right? Okay. In the case of the delivery, primarily, the 500 or before that, what we will do is we'll try to see what is the lot size here and we'll work accordingly. 690, 625. Okay, interesting. Let's do that the same thing here so that we have the uniformity and you understand. So delivery. Actually, this is not the right one. Okay, let's do the quick math here. 625 times. Sorry. Okay. If I have to short matlab, I'm actually selling this. How much is the quantity that I require here? I mean, like, what will be the quantity, here that I will be making? 820,000 rupees, 8,20,000. Everyone understood first of all this one? If I am selling, okay, let me put it this way, right? If I am selling, imagine I have 625 quantity of, Axis Bank shares with me. If I am selling, Axis Bank as of today at 1312, what is the money that I am going to make? I am going to make 8,20,000 rupees. Yes or no? Clear, guys? Let's put it on the, our this thing. Axis Bank, 625 quantity. If I am selling it at 1312, I will make 8,20,000 rupees, right? But I don't want to sell it today. I want to sell it, 1 month down the lane. Just give me 1 second, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So, sorry, I have meeting at 9 o'clock and then just pushing it. Okay. Selling it 1312, we have to sell, sorry, how much we will get? 8,20,000. Okay. Now let's look into the options here, right? If I am selling at 625, what is the margin, that I have to sell it out? Only 1,43,099. Everyone with me, right? I'm also creating a sell position here, which is what, sorry. Yeah, 1,43,099, right? Why am I creating a sell position? Because I am trying to hedge against my, in the Reliance case, what did we do? Since it goes long, we actually took a, long, futures position. Here I wanted to sell. So I am actually, what am I taking? I'm actually taking the, sell position there, right? Here in this instance. Now let's analyze very quickly, now throw me names, some numbers. What is the first potential scenario? Axis Bank can go to which one? Throw,
1250.
sorry?
1250.
No, let's take the higher number first.
1350.
1340.
Yeah, might be 1350, right? So in the case of 1350, if I'm selling it, 1 month down the lane, so what is the money that I'm going to make? 625 times 1350. How much is that? 843.
750.
750, right? 843,750. Okay. But now having said that, here, this is also 625 quantity, that I have actually sold. In this instance, what will be my futures, position? My futures position will be negative, right? Because what did I do? I actually bet that, like, I'm trying to protect it. Okay. So the same thing, right? 40 points. What we will do? We'll do 30 points or 40 points. We will do 35 points, right? 1350 to 1350, right? 35 point loss. Everyone following me, right? At 625 quantity, how much is the loss for me? 625
21.
times
875.
35. 21,875. This is my loss. Now what will I do? 843,740. Sorry. Whatever. 750 minus kitna hai, sir?
21,750.
21,750.
875.
Okay. What is the here? If
8,22,000.
how much am I money? How much money am I making, guys? At the end of one after 1 month?
2,000.
8,22,000. Got it? Okay. Now let's look into the other scenario. What is going to happen? The Axis Bank has gone to say, let's take 40 points again. Same thing. 12. We will do 1280.
1250.
No, not that much. 1280 we will do 40 points. And then, what we will do is 625 times 40. Sorry, my bad. No. Sorry, guys. What am I doing? 625 times, first of all, we have to do 1280, right? How much am I going to make, guys? Everyone? Everyone following me here, please. I can take a quick pause here. Everyone is following me here, right? What is happening here? Today the price of the Axis Bank is 1312, right? I don't want to sell it off. My goal is to sell off the Axis Bank shares and make money. But what is the risk that is there? The risk is either the price can go up. If the price is going up, I'm making money here, right? I'm making some additional money, which is 843. Okay. But also at the same time, I also wanted to protect in case if the price goes down. Okay. That is why I actually sold the futures. So these two negate, and what is the price I'm going to get? 8,22,000, 2,000 profit. I'm super happy there. Okay. I am protecting the price, whatever it is today, for the month of August as well. Okay. Now, the price actually has fallen down to 1280, which is my fear case scenario, right? I don't want my price to fall and me losing money. Okay.
Kiran sir, one small doubt in one particular place. That is, in the second line there is a place called sale and 1,43,099 is there. So I just missed out. What is that actually?
See, this is our premium. This is our future premium, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. Okay, guys, let's complete this. Axis Bank actually, as we feared, has gone from, where did it go? From 1312 to 1280. In that case, what is, if I am selling at 625, because that is my goal to, my goal is to sell off next month. How much am I going to make? 8 lakhs, is what I'm going to make. But interestingly, what actually has happened here, I have actually taken a short position in my futures, right? In the case of the short position of the futures, what is going to happen? I'm going to make a profit of 625 times 40. Yes or no, everyone?
Yes.
That's what, right? 625. Since I've taken the short position, what is the profit I'm going to make? 25,000, right? So 625 times 40 is 25,000 is the profit that I'm going to make. Now, what is my total, profit at the end of August or whatever, in August, when I'm trying to sell this? It is 8 lakhs plus 25,000. Kitna hua?
5 lakhs.
8 lakh 25,000. Now, see these three scenarios here. If I'm selling it in July, right, which I don't want to sell, I will be selling at 8 lakh 20,000. Okay. In case if the price goes, up, I'm making profit of 8 lakh 22,000. Okay. In case if the price even has fallen, I am still selling at a profit, at 8 lakh 25,000. Why? I'm actually hedging my position, by selling the futures. Got it? Everyone clear on this concept? Now you know why hedging is important. Their futures and options are the instruments to protect against the risk. Those are the main important characteristics, and that is why they are actually used in financial markets. Everyone clear on this? I can repeat it if you want, but I hope you should be clear. Any questions on this? I have taken a very simple example today. We will add more complexity to this, but I want you to understand today this before we add more and more complexity. Any questions?
Sir, we are paying the premium. You are not taking into account that premium.
What premium, sir?
That features.
Sir, that whatever the premium, see the I'm why to complicate it, right? Okay, sir, premium, do the calculation. No, see, 1,43,000. You want to add 25,000. What is the profit that I'm making in the premium? This is the profit I'm making now, sir.
Okay.
I did not complicate it and I did not write so many formulas here. No, I just calculated it. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Everyone got it?
Yeah, I just want summarize. If just correct me if I'm wrong.
Please.
If I want my delivery, I'm taking delivery. So I'm just shorting the position to leverage my delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
That's correct. Yes.
If I'm taking a buy, I'm shorting a sell. If I'm selling, I'm taking a buy. No.
No. In this case, no. I mean, don't get into the two-way things, right? Two-way things we'll start tomorrow. Okay. In this case, what we are trying to do, it's a very simple scenario, right? That's what I started with. I want to buy 500 quantity of Reliance of spot, right? Stocks. Okay. I don't have the money today. Okay. But I feel the Reliance price will go up. Okay. So to protect that, to ensure that, I am actually catching up the game, that I'm not losing on money when the Reliance price goes up, I will actually take a futures position. That's it. Okay. In the case of, Axis Bank, I wanted to sell 500 shares of Axis Bank next month. Okay. In the month of August. Okay. But I'm not working on the Axis Bank, cash position, right? So the one fear factor for me is, since I wanted to sell the position, cash out my stocks, the one factor what could happen is the price of the, Axis Bank might fall down. So that is why I'm actually selling the futures. That's it. It's only one way at this point of time. Don't get into the two-way. Two-way we will do tomorrow. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Tomorrow and as we go along. For now, simple. I'm looking to buying futures. I'm looking to sell futures to hedge my position. That's it. Clear, sir, Naveen?
Yeah, yes, sir, clear. Yeah.
Very simple concept we touched today. Very, very plain, simple concept we're starting with.
Okay.
Any questions, guys? Clear? Good? Comment?
This is a basic of way of doing the hedging, if my understanding is right.
That is correct. Very, very basic. Very, very basic. Correct. Yes.
There are many ways that is different, but this is a basic way.
Very, because I want to start understanding what a hedging as a concept is, and then we will start building on it. That's the goal.
Super. Thank you.
Cool. Everyone, any other questions? Not, we can wrap up the session.
That becomes good. I mean, simple to understand this.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
So tomorrow what we will do is, see, hedging is very little complex. It's not kind of complex there, right? In fact, might be we can stop the recording. So